Yes, sir. The question was, what are some policies that are going to affect rural America and certainly rural South Georgia? And I think, look, the first and most important thing is rural America has been affected by this terrible poison the drug cartels are bringing in as much as anybody. We have got to close down the border and stop the cartels from bringing this poison into our communities. We've got to re-implement basic law and order and public safety policies because, look, I believe whether you live in a big city or a small rural area, whether you're black or white, rich or poor, public safety is the birthright of every American citizen. And if we do that, rural America is going to benefit more than anybody else. And the final point that I'll make is, look, we know that our rural areas, our schools are overstressed and sometimes underfunded. Our local hospitals don't have enough resources. We've seen massive closures in rural hospitals over the past few years in this country. What makes rural hospitals not financially viable? It's when you bring in millions of illegal aliens into your country and you give them free health care paid for by American taxpayers. I want American citizens to benefit from our great health care system, and I want American taxpayers to support their fellow countrymen, not people who don't deserve to be here in the first place. Ma'am.
Good afternoon, Senator Vance.
Thank you. I can hear you. Yep.
How do you respond to Democrats who say that they have tried unsuccessfully on Capitol Hill to pass a border security bill and that, in fact, it's been Trump and Republicans who held it up?
Yeah, ma'am, I appreciate that question. And for those of you who couldn't heard it, how do we respond to Democrats who say that they tried to pass a border security bill? My response, ma'am, is I was there in the Senate when they tried to pass that border security bill, and it had nothing to do with border security. It had to do with codifying a lot of the executive orders of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden that actually further opened the southern border. For example, the policy of catch and release. This is where a person comes into our country, they claim asylum, and then they're released into our country with no follow-up. Sometimes they don't come back for 5 years, sometimes they don't come back for 10 years. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden implemented catch and release through executive order. Their so-called border security package would have made catch and release the law of the land. So even if you have a guy like Donald Trump come in, he can't undo it because Congress has codified one of the worst open border policies in America. Everybody knows, everybody with an ounce of common sense knows, when Kamala Harris became president, she said she wanted to, vice president, she said, I want to suspend deportations, and she did. I want to stop Donald Trump's Remain in Mexico policy, and she did. The reason why we have an open border is because Kamala Harris undid the policies of Donald J. Trump. We bring Donald J. Trump back, we bring those policies back, we will get border security, but you've got to have a president who wants to do this stuff. Thank you all. Georgia?